Hello students, welcome to the session. So in this session we are going to discuss about gated SR latch. So in the last session we discussed S bar R bar latch. Now we'll go ahead in order to discuss gated SR latch. So this is the last of the kind in which we will discuss only the latch. Okay. So in SR latch, as we have already discussed it, we are going to get the output immediately once we give the input. Okay, such inputs, they are called as the asynchronous inputs. So they are the inputs of these latches which are called as the asynchronous inputs. So in SR latch, the outputs are going to change. So they will occur immediately after we give the input. Input changes that are going to occur. So such inputs are called as asynchronous inputs. But in practical digital circuits, so what we require is that these circuits must respond at a particular instant of time, or we want at that particular instant of time what are the inputs. According to that, we want the outputs. So at what time they have to change the output, so that depends on the another input which is called as the enable or the gate inputs. So inputs which are going to cause the response only with respect to, that is synchronous with the gate input or it is enable input. So such inputs, they are called as the synchronous inputs. Okay, so now gated SR latch, it will have synchronous inputs. So these synchronous inputs, they are called as S and R. So they are along with the enable signal. Okay, so this is the gated SR latch. So with an enable input, here we have the gated SR latch. So it is constructed using the S bar R bar latch. So this is the reason that we discussed S bar R bar latch in the last session. So which will become very important. See, from now onwards we are going to relate whatever we discuss with respect to this S bar R bar latch. Okay. So that too with NAND gates. So the same S bar R bar latch will be used. So it's the same S bar R bar latch will be used. It is constructed using, that is the gated SR latch is constructed using S bar R bar latch. Okay. So now we have, this is the construction of the S bar R bar latch. So for this it is constructed using the NAND gates. So it is two stage, actually it is two stage. So here we have two NAND gates. To these NAND gates we have the input S and R we have given to both the NAND gates. So one of the inputs to these NAND gates will be the enable input. So the output that we are going to get over here when enable is 1. Okay, so when enable is 1, we'll get the complement of it because this is NAND gate. So we'll get the complement at the output of these NAND gates. So this one is, it is, we already know that this is S bar R bar latch which is constructed using NAND gates, and it consists of cross coupled connection using NAND gates. Okay, so this is how we are going to construct the gated SR latch. Okay, so and one more thing that we need to have to see is when enable input is 0. Okay, see here, this is the enable input. So when the enable input is 0 and S bar R bar is equal to 1. Okay, when S bar R bar are equal to 1, the outputs are same as the present outputs. So these outputs, they are said to be latch and the latch is said to be disabled. So when the input is 1, the gated latch, it will behave like a normal SR latch. So now we say that whenever enable input is 1, we say that the latch is enabled. When the enable input is 0, we say that the latch is disabled. So for that purpose, we are giving this enable input. So whenever the enable input is active, at that time it is going to behave like a SR latch. Okay, so that is what is the enable signal, which is very, very important. important for us. Okay, next thing is we need to have to discuss this SR gated, or it is gated SR latch. So in order to discuss this gated SR latch, it is constructed using the NAND gates, as we all see now. Okay, first let us discuss the first condition, that is S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 0. So in order to discuss this one, what we need to have to do is, since this is gated latch which is constructed using NAND gates. So first we need to have to see the NAND gate truth table. So our NAND gate truth table is like this. It is 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 for all these combinations. We'll get the output as 1. When both the inputs are same, we'll get the output as 0. Okay, so this is what is our NAND gate truth table. Hope you remember it. So first thing is, for this particular condition of S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 0, actually we are going to get the no change condition. So how to get this no change condition is that, first thing we need to have to assume Q and Q bar. So here what we do is, let us first assume Q is equal to 1 and Q bar is equal to 0. Okay, so this is what we are going to assume. And we have the two inputs. So our two inputs being S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 0. And it is enabled. So when it is enabled means, here we are going to get 1. Here also we will get 1. So what are the inputs to this NAND gate now? It is 0, 1. For this it is 1, 0. So when any one of the input is 0, according to this truth table, okay, so you could see that when any one of the input is 0, so what we'll get? The output as 1. So thereby we have written 1 over here. So similarly we'll get 1 over here, right? But the thing is, in order to analyze this S bar R bar latch, we need to have to start our analysis from 0. So this I have already told in the previous session. So till here, I think everybody is clear with this. So what we need to have to do is, we have to give the inputs S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 0. We have to give the enable signal. Here is our enable signal, which is 1 over here. So when any one of the input is 0, according to this truth table, we are getting 1. So thereby we'll get S bar is equal to 1 and R bar is equal to 1. Now, since this is S bar R bar latch, which is constructed using NAND gates, we have to start the analysis from 0. So where is our 0 now? We have already assumed Q bar as 0, right? So we need to have to start our analysis from this point. Okay, so that is NAND gate 1, we need to have to start. So if when one of the input to the NAND gate 1 is 0, we are getting the output as 1, right? So this one, when it appears over here, what happens is R bar is also 1 and this feedback that is taken, this is also 1. When both the inputs are 0, we are getting the output as 0. Okay, that means we assume Q as 1. We are getting, after the analysis, we are getting 1 only and Q bar as 0 only. That means what? Our latch, that is gated latch, it will retain its state. So this condition we call it as, here it is being written, it is called as no change state. So there is one more assumption that we can make. How to make that assumption is, we need to have to take Q as 0, because here we assume Q as 1. Now let us assume Q as 0. Obviously our other output, it will be 1, because outputs, they must be complement to each other. So now let us assume Q as 0 and Q bar is equal to 1, and let us analyze this latch so that we are going to get the no change condition. So in order to do this, let us start from here. And this input, we know it is pakka, that is S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 0. So, and we have given the enable input. So if we are given the enable input as 1 and S and R are zeros, so then what happens? what is the output of the first NAND gate? We know that when any one of the input is 0, output is 1. So thereby, here what happens? Here also we are writing 1. Here also we'll write 1. So any one of the input, here it is 0. So we are getting S bar as 1. Here this input is 0. So we'll write it as 1 over here. S bar is 1, R bar is 1. Now we are stuck over here. So what we need to have to do is, we have to start our analysis from 0. So here we have assumed Q as 0. So let us start our analysis from NAND gate 2. Okay. So to NAND gate 2, what happens? One of the input is 0 now, because this is 0 and here it is 1. Right. So when any one of the input is 0, we are getting output as 1. Right. So this 1 output, it will appear as input over here to NAND gate 1. So here both the inputs are 1s. So thereby we are getting Q as 0. That means what? We assume Q as 0 and Q bar as 1. After the analysis, we got the same thing. Same thing means Q is 0 and Q bar is equal to 1. Thereby we say that there is no change condition, or the latch retains its previous state. That means previous state and present state, they both are same. That is how we need to have to analyze. Okay, so now let us move on in order to see the next condition. So here in this condition, what we do is, we are going to take, okay, so our next case is S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 1. So when we take S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 1, how we need to have, we have to start the analysis in this direction only for this. Okay, so the direction you need to have to note, and here we have 1 over here, and here also we have 1, right? Because it is enable input that we are giving, which is already 1. Now, what's the output of this NAND gate? So we need to have to see the NAND gate truth table. So our NAND gate truth table says that when any one of the input is 0, output is 1. So we'll get S bar as 1. Now you look at this down NAND gate. Here what happens? R is 1 and enable input is also 1. So thereby what we'll get? So when both the inputs are 1, obviously we'll get R bar is equal to 0. So now what are our S bar and R bar? S bar is 1 and R bar is 0. So now we have already 1 0 over here. So we can proceed over here, right? So when any one of the input is 0, what we'll get the output as? We'll get the output as 1 over here. So that one will appear over here. When both the inputs are 1s to any NAND gate, we'll get the output as 0. Okay, so we'll get Q as 0, Q bar as 1. So if Q is 0, we call that particular state as the reset state. That means what? When S is 0 and R is equal to 1, we are getting as a result of this. It means what? When we give S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 1, what is the result that we are getting? We are getting Q is equal to 0. This particular state, it is called as the reset state, right? So this is how we are doing the analysis. Now let us move on to the next condition. Here we have the next condition. So what is the next condition that we are taking? We'll take it as S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 0. So if S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 0, we have the enable input over here. First, we'll write down the enable input. Okay, here also 1, here it is 0. So what will be the output of this NAND gate? When both the inputs are 1s, we are getting S bar as 0. What about this here? And when any one of the input is 0, we are getting the output as 1. Okay, now S bar is 0, R bar is 1. So directly we can take from the S bar R bar, we can directly take from the S bar R bar latch over here. But we are doing the analysis over here. We'll do the analysis. Okay, so here what happens? Again, we need to have to go in this particular direction only. So we'll take this NAND gates as 1 and 2 over here. So when any one of the input is 0, what happens to the output? So we are getting the output as 1. So that one appears over here. See, one more thing that we need to have to notice, irrespective of the other input, if any one of the input is 0, we can directly write the output as 1, because that is what is the NAND gate truth table gives us. So when any one of the input is 0, irrespective of the other input, we'll get the output as 1. So this one appears over here. So when both here, what happened? Both the inputs became 1. So as a result of that, we are going to get the output as 0. So now with input S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 0. That is what is being written over here. S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 0. As a result of that, we are going to get Q is equal to 1. So if we get Q is equal to 1, we call that state as the set state of the latch. Okay, so we call it as the set state for the latch. So how we need to have to analyze is, first take the S and R inputs. So first write down the output of these two NAND gates with the enable input, and then start your analysis where 0 is present and go in this direction in order to analyze it. So if you know S bar R bar latch truth table, so directly you can write it is the set state. So this is the last discussion that we are doing with respect to S bar R bar latch. So in the flip-flops, we are going to use S bar R bar latch. There we are not going to go in depth of this much depth for the analysis. Directly we are going to take the S bar R bar truth table. So that's why we have discussed S bar R bar truth table over there. Okay, so now let us move on to the next one. Here, this is the last condition. So in this last condition, we have one last condition that is left out, that is S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 1. So when S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 1, here we need to have to write the enable input. It is being missing. Okay, so here is enable input 1. So here is 1, here also 1. Okay, so this is the enable input. So all inputs are ones over here now, right? So when all the inputs are ones, obviously it is here also 0 and here also 0. So when both the inputs to the S bar R bar latch are 0, okay, what is the output? So these inputs, they are going to force both the outputs to be 1. That means here also and here also we are going to get 1. But this particular condition we cannot take. Why we cannot take is, according to our latch definition, the outputs must be complement to each other. Because of this S bar is equal to 0 and R bar is equal to 0, these inputs, they'll force both the outputs to be 1, which we cannot take. Because the latch definition says that the output of the latch outputs, that is two outputs which are Q and Q bar, they must be complement to each other. Here we are not going to get that one. That's why this particular state of S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 1, this particular input, we are going to take it as indeterminate. Okay, so that condition, it is called as the indeterminate. So when S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 1, we are getting the indeterminate state. Okay, so this is the analysis that we need to have to do. Okay, so now let us see the truth table. Okay, so when we look at the truth table, okay, here is our truth table. Okay, so this, in this truth table, you could see that here we have the enable input. Okay, we can now see properly. Here we have the enable input. We have S and R inputs over here. Qn, it is called as the previous state. Qn plus 1 is called as the present state. So here there are two types that we can tell. So for you, you take like this because this is more convenient for you to understand. You take Qn as previous state, Qn plus 1 as present state and what is the state of the latch. Okay, so but we are going to get proper outputs whenever the enable signal or the gate signal is 1. That means the latch is going to work when enable or gate is 1. When we give 0 0 to enable or gate, okay, that time what happens is it is going to retain its state. That means there will be no change in the condition. Right. Okay. Now first let us start our whatever we have discussed. Now we are putting it in the form of a table. Here it is called as a truth table. So here we have S and R inputs to be 0 0. So when S and R inputs are 0 0, this gives us no change condition. Okay. So it is the no change condition that we are going to get. So our previous state, if it is 0, then we are going to get it as 0 only. If the previous state is 1, then the present state also we are going to get it as 1. Okay. So next for the inputs S and R as 0 1. Here also it is 0 1. This gives us the previous state. If the previous state is 0, then we'll get the 0. It is reset because S is 0. So when S is 0, we are going to get the reset state. Reset state is what? It is Qn plus 1. That is the present output. We are going to get it as 0. That means what? If the previous output was 1, then it is going to make it as 0. That is what is the meaning of this previous state. Okay. So next we have the next input, which is S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 0. So for this particular condition, we are going to get the set state. That means what? If the previous input, previous output was 0, it will make it 1. So if 1 is already there, then it will retain that 1. Okay, so this condition, it is called as the set state. And when both the inputs are 1 1, then what happens is our output, this is called as an invalid state, or it is called as the indeterminate state. Okay, so if we have not enabled the gate means, then what happens is it will not change the state. Right. So if S and R are 0 0, the state is called as no change state. If S is 0, we are getting a reset state. If S is 1, we are getting the set state. When both the inputs are 1 1, we are going to get the invalid state. This truth table will give us what are all the possible combinations. For these possible combinations, what is the output that we are getting and what is that state we call it as. So that is what the truth table will give us. Now let us see the difference. So because from next class onwards, we are going to discuss the flip-flops. So before going into the flip-flops, we need to have to see the difference between a latch and a flip-flop. Okay, so till now we have discussed latch. So our latch discussion is going to end today. So that's why now since we need to have to switch to the flip-flop, first we'll see what is the difference between a latch and a flip-flop. So it doesn't require any clock signal, but flip-flops, they require clock signal. And this is the first difference. And then we have these latches are called as level sensitive. They are all level sensitive. So this regarding level as well as the edge, we have already seen what is a clock. So in that clock, I have already shown what is the edge and what is level. Okay, so these latches, they are the level sensitive. They are level sensitive, but flip-flops are edge sensitive. The meaning of edge sensitive is that, so during the positive going edge or during negative going edge, they are going to change the state. Okay, but latches are going to change the state when it is at the particular level. That means either it is 0 or it is at the 1. So at that time they are going to change the state. So in the case of enable input, they are going to change the state during this level. So that is what is level sensitive means. And then these are asynchronous devices. So asynchronous inputs I have already told, as soon as we give the input, we are going to get the output. But flip-flops are synchronous devices because they are going to change the state according to the clock signal. So whenever clock is going positive edge or during negative edge, they are going to change the state. So thereby they are called as the synchronous devices. So latches require less power, but flip-flops they require more power. And these latches, the last difference being they are based on the enable input, but these flip-flops they are based on the clock signal. So according to the clock, and if it is positive going clock or it is and during the negative going clock, that time only they are going to change its state. Okay, so these are the differences between the latches and flip-flops. So in the next session, we are going to start with the flip-flops. Thank you, students.